doing our vlog today on goal setting that's worked for me. And disclaimer, may not work for you. This is just what has worked for me. And what I've found out is that often when I've heard about how people do goal setting and I've tried that, it just really hasn't worked for me. And this is what has worked for me. So I hope it's beneficial. So let's jump in. Hey everyone, Shawn Smith here with Dedicated Commercial Recovery in Roseville, Minnesota. I'm the founder and CEO. Doing our vlog today on goal setting that's worked for me. And it's that end of the year, beginning of the year, New Year's resolutions, time to set goals. And it got me thinking that honestly, a lot of the advice that I've heard around goal setting has quite frankly not worked well for me. And I really had to find my own path and how that's worked for me. And so I thought I would just share with what seems to have worked well for me. I hope it adds value, but let's jump right in. The first thing is this: I think you have to have the right foundation to your goal setting. And what I mean by that is often people are looking at how can they advance on their career, how can they go on more vacations or whatever that is. But I like to start with this foundation, which is a combination of, first of all, have you identified what are the things that you're naturally gifted at? If you don't know, what comes easy to you and how you can utilize that to accomplish your goals, you could be going upstream and trying to do things to accomplish goals that's not in your natural gifting. That is going to be way more arduous to get that done. So look at one as part of your goals. What part of my natural gifting is going to actually help me get there? Then combine that with what are you passionate about? What naturally, like if you could do anything, whether there was no money or not, what is the passion side? So you combine natural gifting with passion, and then I'd add in if God's leading you to do something, what is that? Is that, part of your goals? So now your foundation is this: I'm naturally gifted at this, so I'm going to maximize that benefit. I'm passionate about this, and I feel like I'm being led to do that. So that's my foundation. I run everything through that filter first to make sure it falls in those boxes, to make sure I'm utilizing my talents, my passions, and what I'm being led to do. Otherwise, I may honestly have goals that just don't make sense. They may be things I want, but they're in the complete opposite direction of my equipping and my passion. And I like to run it through that filter. Next thing is this: is I go to the end and I work backwards. So, and this kind of ties into what is your life vision, right? What down the road, what are you ultimately shooting for? Have you made that crystal clear and then worked backwards from there? So you have a very clear sense of exactly where you're trying to go in life. Then you work back to having a 5-year plan. Like, what does that 5-year plan loosely look like? It's always going to turn up differently, but getting a good idea of like, what is that 5-year mark? Then having a more of a defined 3-year plan. That's where you have a little bit more specific goals. You clearly identify the things that are important to you that you'd like to accomplish and that you're feeling led to do. Then you have a 1-year specific plan. Now you really know what you want to hit and you're benchmarking that quarterly. And then finally bring it down to your daily habits. I can tell you anytime during the week, Monday through Sunday, what I'm going to be doing, unless I'm traveling or there's a wedding or something like that. I can tell you what I'm doing because I have a very specific habit structure, so that in all areas of my life, whether it's spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, relationally, I have goals in all those areas. It's not just the financial goal or the career goal. And so you work that back, get to daily habits. Then it's part of your goals. Who is holding you accountable to that? And if you have goals as a team or if you own a company, who's holding everyone accountable to those goals? Are you trying to do all that? Do you have mid-level managers? What is it? How is the accountability structure to you actually hitting those things? How is that actually going to play out? Who's going to hold you accountable? Who's going to hold your team accountable? And then who's going to support you, or who's going to support your team members in that? So often to hit goals, it takes a village to do that, whether it be your family, friends, people on your team at your office or at your work. Who's supporting you in that? Who's gonna uplift you? Who's gonna be the promoter? Who's gonna, as part of hitting that goal, you're gonna need this person, and are they on board with that? Those type of things. So you need accountability and you need support. My final thought is this: there's a teaching in the Bible, Matthew 6:34, and it says, "Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today." And the reason I bring that up as it relates to goal setting is, for so many years in my life, I was so laser focused on moving forward. And it's not that I'm not, but it was so much so that it robbed me of contentment. And I totally lost the fact that I had all this joyfulness going around me. I had great relationships, awesome family, awesome team here at Dedicated. And I was missing it because I was trying to reach those goals. And so what I'd say is, and also I let the stress get to me. And the stress would just steal that contentment. And when I started realizing, and especially during COVID, how much that was robbing my contentment, I really started focusing on, how can I slow down? How can I be thankful for today? Not let the stress of tomorrow or the failures of yesterday get to me, but be in the moment here today with the people and the things that I'm doing. And I'll just tell you, it made all of the difference for me. It doesn't mean everything's perfect and it's always sunshine and rainbows, but my contentment level has never been higher in life because I started slowing down and just living in the blessings that I have now and being thankful for that, and then still working on moving forward. So hope these help. They've worked great for me, and I hope they're of value to you. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon if you're watching this on YouTube, and hit it for all, so when we post these on Mondays, it pops up for you. And as always, thank you for tuning in, and God bless.